IBMasters Learning Center at IBMasters.com. And today we're going to look at Test 2, Section 3, Number 3, which reads, a landscaping company estimates that the price of a job in dollars, price, using the expression 60 plus 12 NH, where N is the number of landscapers who will be working and H is the total number of hours job will take using N landscapers. Which of the following is the best interpretation of the number 12 in the expression? So when you read these things, it's always a good idea to underline the expression, underline what the variables stand for. We're going to see here that it's going to help us to answer the question. It's going to make it much simpler to answer the question. So H is the number of hours and N is the number of landscapers. So based on that, we could actually eliminate a couple of answer choices. Answer choice D, each landscaper works 12 hours a day. H is the number of hours. Let's say you're picking numbers and you could just do like a thought experiment. Einstein would always do these thought experiments. Could you pick a different number for H for hours? Yeah, you could pick a different number of hours. So answer choice D is gone. Answer choice B, a minimum of 12 landscapers will work on each job. Well, I could pick any number for the number of landscapers as well. And then we're left with A and C. And you might just know this, but if you don't, you can pick numbers. So I'm going to show you how you might just know this and also show you how you might pick numbers. So this is actually in the form y equals mx plus b. It's a linear equation. Only what they do here to, I guess, weed out people who will get this question correct, y equals b plus mx. So your slope is still m. M is always what's attached to x. The y-intercept is still b. B is always the thing that's alone. And they actually take the y away from it, so it's just b plus mx. So b plus mx is 60 plus 12 nh. Now, it looks like our slope is 12 here, but instead of having just an x, we've got two variables. We've got an n and an h. They are the stand-ins for x, but what does that mean? That means the number of hours and the number of landscapers are both going to affect the price of this job. So the correct answer has to be $12. Answer choice A, the company charges $12 per hour for each landscaper. That's, by the way, an indication of slope. Whenever you see per or each or every or anything that would be the equivalent of those things, we know that we're talking about slope. If you see initial or start or begin or some equivalent of that, you know you're talking about y-intercept. So that's the way you could just kind of know it. Now, how could you do it? You'd also do it picking numbers. You could throw around some numbers and say, hey, once you have it down to A and C, answer choice C, the price of every job increases $12 every hour. Well, let's say I made my n equal 2, and now I'm going to make my h equal 1. So by the way, in testing this answer choice, we've got a change affecting an outcome. There's a number of hours that's increasing, and that's going to affect the price. That's how we know what we could do is we could pick a number, work through the equation, pick another number, work through the problem again. So now when we plug in, we get 60 plus 12 times n, which is 2, times h, which is 1. We get 60 plus 24, and we get 84. Okay, I'm going to circle these together because when n is 2, h is 1, the price of your job is 84. So now let's say I made my n 2, and I made my h equal 2. So now it's going to be 60 plus 12 times 2 times 2, and you get 60 plus, whoops, I'm working below the radar over here. So I'm going to work it up here. So you've got 60 plus 12 times 2 times 2, and you wind up with 60 plus 48. You wind up with 108. And so what we did is we went from $84 to $108. So that price of that job is not increasing by $12. So again, you know the answer is A. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You could share it with someone who has difficulty with these types of questions. If there's any question you'd like to answer from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Click subscribe so you don't miss anything, and check out our 1-minute video on TikTok. Have a great day.